time for our first forage of the spring, and it's going to be lady fern fiddleheads. Lady ferns grow abundantly throughout the Pacific Northwest, and they prefer wet, moist areas like along stream banks in coniferous forests. You're not as likely to find them in largely deciduous areas. The easiest way to find fiddleheads of any fern, but particularly the lady ferns, is to look for their dead stalks from last year. Lady ferns grow from a basal rosette, so a bunch of stalks all emerging from one spot, similar to how a sword fern grows. But with the dead lady fern, you're looking mostly for a stalk that's pretty much bare of leaves. The leaves shrivel and die and get really small, so you're looking for long tan stalks that almost look like a dead reed sticking out of the ground. The key identifying feature for lady fern stalks is the small hair-like leaves along the lower half, primarily, of the stalk. I like to remember it as lady ferns have hairy legs, like some ladies. Okay, so here we have our lady fern. We've got the basal rosette, so all of these different dead stalks are radiating out from the same central location. We can see the little hairs along the stalks that help us know that it's a lady fern. And then now it's time to start searching for the actual fiddleheads. Gently pull back the stalks, and right away we can see here is one pretty obvious fiddlehead. Here's another one that's starting to come out. This one is ready for harvesting. This one is not. This one is not far enough out, and it will get a lot bigger the longer you wait and let it grow. Okay, so here in front of me, I have an ideal cluster to harvest from. The fiddleheads have gotten really huge. They haven't started to unfurl yet, and there's a good quantity of them. When you're harvesting ferns or any other wild edible, it's really important to think about how much of the plant you're taking. This little cluster of lady ferns has 5 fiddleheads. There are a couple more that I saw that are just starting to poke up, but of the 5 visible ones, I'm only going to take 2 because that fern is only going to have maybe maximum 10 fronds for its life in this season. And I don't want to take all of that growth and energy that it's put into those fiddleheads away. All right, we are ready to harvest. You'll want a knife for this. You definitely don't want to try to yank them off with your hands because that could damage the roots or other shoots on the fern. And you're just gonna go to the fiddlehead that you want and put your knife as close to the base as you can get and pop it off. While you're harvesting, you'll probably find some fiddleheads that have already started to uncurl, and there's nothing wrong with eating those. And you know, if you are a little late to your harvest and that's all you're finding, definitely go ahead and harvest them. But when you have both options of the unfurled fiddleheads or the ones that are opening, I would go for the ones that are still furled. It's really easy to process them. Basically, all you need to do is pull all of the little lady hairs off of the stems. Alrighty, our lady's legs have been de-haired, and it's time to take them home and saute them up with some garlic butter, maybe throw a little pasta in. I'm always looking for new recipes, so let me know how you like to prepare them or other great tips for where to find them, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.